Well, in a perfect world, my goals for 2021 would be a 500-pound deadlift, I think decided 350-pound squat, and to not die alone in my garage when I'm doing bench. And I think put about 5-ish more pounds of lean mass on my frame. And I really have no need to PR in the bench anytime soon, at least with my current setup, because any real advancement is gonna require me to not be afraid of dying in my homemade squat rack at any point in time. But the problem is I just broke my toe, as some of you might have seen. I'm booted up, and so that is a little bit of an obstacle. So with that said, I just came off of 2020 with a couple of PRs in the bench and deadlift, but wasn't really able to come through with a squat PR, mainly because I was trying to PR at all three of the lifts all at one time, all in a span of 7 days. And so there was some accumulated fatigue with that I think just wasn't going to make a squat PR possible. And so after training for 3 months with my cousin Bradley in Springfield when I was in Oregon, I packed up, drove over to Florida because that's where Morgan and I are now, and we got our new house. And I wanted to try to hit all those PRs before I left. That's why I had to just cram them into 1 week, because I knew once I got here I wasn't going to have a very steady gym situation. But luckily I was able to score some cheap enough weights that I could afford. Because weights are expensive right now, just in general, and especially right now. But basically, with all that said, I have had to change my goals a little bit. Whereas before, I was a little bit more bodybuilding focused and kind of strength at the same time. Without machines, it's going to make it a little bit tougher to do that, just because it's harder to hit muscle groups in isolation without machines like you would at a standard gym, just with a barbell and just using the plates that I have. It's not impossible by any means, and I'm making do. It's definitely a little bit harder than say a dumbbell chest press or a lat pull down, to work the muscles in the same way that would with what I have. I'm not mad about it by any means. It's just is what it is, and I'm adjusting accordingly, and I'm now kind of changing to more of a strength focused mindset. And then additionally, in terms of the weight thing, I've definitely gotten a lot thicker over the last 4 years that I've been training, and I think that anybody that starts to lift with aesthetics in mind kind of starts an uphill battle of thinking they look worse than they actually do, and I'm no different, obviously. So based on my lack of machines that I'm used to, and pair that with changing my focus a little bit more on strength, I just need to be prepared to look even heavier. I know from my perspective, I feel like I look really big and not necessarily always in a good way. So I just am keeping that in mind, that my goals are a little bit different right now, and to just be prepared for that shift in at least perceived appearance. That is assuming that I can keep up with my food intake, because that's something I always struggle with. So that's another one of my goals, is to eat what I need to eat, because I just can never do that for some reason. I track my weight and my food intake daily. Some say that's not the best to do, but for me, it at least helps me know that I'm eating enough, because I'd say there's maybe 1 day a month where I'm wow, I ate way too much. It's always oh man, I missed 500 calories today somehow. I'm just not a hungry guy, and so having to put more food in me is just is just always tough. That said, going into 2021, I know it's March almost by now, but I think that if I can keep up with nutrition and amount of food all through 21, I think I'm going to set myself up for success and being able to look better and feel better and do better on my lifts. So as it stands, I wake up at about 175 pounds. I deadlifted 415 in my garage 3 weeks ago. I broke my toe 2 weeks ago. And I squatted 325 2 months ago in my garage. And then before I got here, I benched 265 when I was in Springfield, Oregon. But I'm hoping that if you stick around for a little bit into 2021, I hope you can see all of those numbers go up. Be a part of the gang. Thanks for watching, guys. Also, I think this is the best coloring and lighting I've ever had, I think. I've been watching some tutorials. Let me know what you guys think about if you made it to this part of the video, let me know how you think about the coloring. I have I got a setup. Let me tell you that. I think it looks good. So thanks guys for watching. Let's get that watch time up. Try to watch the whole video. We're blowing up in 2021, okay? We are blowing up. Hopefully. See you guys.